Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. It is an absolutely stunningly beautiful early spring day in Colorado. I just finished doing a bowstring practice on my patio. So happy to be outside, and it's just very quiet and still, and my world has been very quiet the past few days. My body has been what some people would call sick and what I would call changing and kind of mutating. And it's so amazing that sometimes, our bodies just always know what we require. And my body needed a moment. I had a very intense and wonderful bowstring practice movement last weekend, and did some really a lot of very intense movement that was very transformative, like just really changing my body on so many levels. And right after that, my body just kind of took me out, and it was like, we're going under and I'm gonna sleep for a while. And these are those moments where we can really make things wrong. We can be like, I'm sick, this is a problem, I need to solve it, or any sort of a pause that happens in our lives. So it doesn't have to be that you're sick. Maybe it's just like, it seems like things have slowed down in your business, or, maybe there's a quiet space in a relationship that makes you feel a little funny or something like that. The pause it can be such a beautiful space when we lean into it and we don't actually try to figure it out, make it go away, change it. There can be this way that we can actually relish in whatever it is. Even in being sick, not feeling good with my body, it's been like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to be horizontal for a couple days, and I have been. And it's been, there are moments where I didn't want to feel the way I was feeling, or I didn't want to, I wanted to be up and doing stuff. But I think most of us, have such a propensity to do and to act and to, make things happen. And the beauty of the pause, whether it's chosen or seems to be sort of enforced by an outside, player, be it your body or somebody else, or some sort of circumstances, can be such an amazing time where a lot of receiving can actually occur. And if you want to grow your business, if you want to have more money flows, if you want to have a different, thing in your relationship, or difference with your body, like, sometimes we just really need that space of quiet and silence and pause in order to actually allow the flows to start to change and the flows to start to come more in our direction, so we can receive more. And a lot of how we receive more is just by letting our barriers down and going into that depth of relaxation and stillness and silence. And if we don't resist it and we welcome it and we get curious about it, it can be one of the most powerful places. I've had moments like that in my business where there was a pause, and sometimes it was a longer pause than I wanted it to be. And I've always stayed curious, and I'm not saying that I haven't had freak out moments or, any of that, because I have, but I do my best to stay curious and be like, well, what is this? Is this the change I've been asking for? I wonder if I don't have to work as hard as I thought I did. I wonder if I don't have to put in as much effort as I thought I did. I wonder if business creation could actually be about receiving. And if that sounds like a good idea to you, the challenge actually comes when you lean into choosing that, because the choice for receiving, the choice for relaxation in any area of your life, it comes before you have an awareness of what it's going to create. You have to make the choice, and then you'll have the awareness of what it's going to create. And you don't have it immediately by any means, most of the time. But in order to have new spaces and different spaces that yield new, more easeful ways of being and living and creating, we have to choose those spaces first. So I invite you to lean in. If there's any silence in your life, if there's any even awkward silence or any sort of a pause that feels like it's going on in your world in any area, what if you leaned into it? What if you were like, is this the change I've been asking for? Is there something here that if I chose it would create something far greater than I've been willing to have so far? And take it for a stroll, take it for a test drive, see what shows up. You can't have new realities without choosing uncomfortable spaces. And the irony is that relaxation and silence are actually some of the most uncomfortable spaces for so many people. And yet they're also really some of the most magical spaces. But we have to choose them simply because they're valuable in their own right, not because of any result that they may yield in order to have something different. So I hope that is a contribution to you.